Hey guys, Santoli here with Simi, who is top 4 right now of Genesys. He may end up winning everything. We are at the Genesys Invitational at YCS Anaheim, and he's playing one of my signature decks, Exosister. So, what are your thoughts on the format, thoughts on the decks, and how things feel early on to the things?
I think this format definitely needs another ban list update. Vanquish was a little bit too strong. There are some ban cards that I feel should be a little more higher points. Shifter could technically go up a little bit, but at the current moment, my deck list is performing pretty good, so let's go over it real quick.
All right, let's get in the list.
So it's pretty, the Exosister pack is pretty basic. It's the 3 Marthas mandatory plays, and then the 3 Ellis. And then we will go for the 3 names, 1 of each. With the new Spirit card support that I'm going to be showing in a sec, you don't really need as many of the Exosister names anymore. They are way too bricky to be played by themselves. So especially when you have 3 of the Ichiki Surihime. These are basically free extendeds with any Exo name, as well as a search into Martha or any other Exo name that you're missing. So there's no need to play any of the old bricks of the deck, which is the 3 smaller sisters. With the Spirit package, you also play the 1 Sakitama and the 1 Aratama. Originally I had more copies of each, but this deck has an issue now where it's too consistent. There's actually almost 20 engine cards where there's almost no hands where you're brickling, especially with 7 Tachyon. And you don't need as many starters. Almost all my other resources I've been putting into my Nun engine. One of the secret spices I'm currently doing is Thunder King Ryo. The combo with, if you open Martha as well as the Ichiki Horihime, you're able to end on Magnifica and your trap card without a normal summon. And the Spirit monster will actually search your Thunder King Ryo to add to your board. This kind of floodgates your opponent out a little bit. I think that's one of the things this deck lacks is a strong end board. 4 banishes is pretty good if they resolve, but a lot of times when people are on so many breakers, like Ultimate Slayer, just ending on an extra body that is a floodgate is pretty strong. The rest of my monsters I'm playing 2 hand traps, 2 types of hand traps. Shifter, self-explanatory. FTKs all the decks that are trying to FTK you, and yeah, this is like one of the decks that Shifter literally does not affect at all. So that's why I actually chose this deck, so I can play the Shifter. Another card, I'm playing 3 Droll as well. My last matchup against Radiant Typhoon, is it called?
Yep.
But decks like that just draw so much, as well as search so much, that I felt like I needed something where where a hand trap can make it so my engine can beat their end board. And Droll in this format I felt like is especially good from the last like 7 or 8 games I played in this qualifier, especially against like White Forest and all these pile decks that I've noticed. So that's the main deck. That's monster deck. Sorry, I was like, where did the other stuff go? Extra spell traps, 3 packs, generic. For Exosister mandatory, you have to play it. The Warren Copper Divam. This card is actually insane. I actually used this to out Noir in one of my last games. Played against Pearly, and calling Noir kills Noir, which is nice. The reason the deck's so consistent now is 7 Tachyon. This searches Thunder King, it searches the Spirit, it searches Martha. Absolutely broken. And then that's pretty much all the consistency cards in the deck. You don't need to get any more consistent. It's like almost 20 consistency, I would say, engine cards. This deck doesn't really have any 1-card combos, so everything is like 2 cards. So yeah, having around 20 is like a good number. For generic non-engine now I'm playing 2 Cosmics. This is mainly for VS and all the other decks. VS and Archmage. Those decks always have some like 1 back row set that is a blowout back row. So I play 2 Cosmics for that. And it's good setting it against the Archmage field spell. 1 Dark Ruler because I had extra space. I need a board breaker that was free, and I had 39 cards, so it was Dark Ruler. And then 3 Dark Hole. You have issues clearing your own board sometimes. Sometimes people like Miggle slapping stuff onto your board. You need to get rid of it as well as the opponent's board. So this gets rid of stuff on your board so you can actually go Exosister plays. Traps, 1 of each of the Exosister traps, generic. 3 Judgments, 1 Strike. Judgment, because everyone's on Ultimate Slayer, Raigeki, and this deck loses to like any single like run-of-the-mill board breaker. Book of Moon, everything, Book of Eclipse, everything just kills the deck. So 3 Judgment and then 1 Strike. I actually think this deck has a more difficult time going first because the Emperor is so weak. So I have all these back row. Extra deck, basic. 3 Michaelis, mandatory, no question, much thing there. 2 Caspatel, the 1 Asafil, and the 1 Jabreen. You don't really need more than one of these. The 2 Magnificas, mandatory to not much else to say. And then the rest of my stuff is 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Tornado Dragon in case we need it. And then for back removal, 3 Ultimate Slayers targets, as you know, on the side, and then the Masquerade for Tefion. And now we're going into side now. We're playing more board breakers, 1 Dark Ruler, the last Cosmic, 3 Ultimate Slayer. Just generic board breakers. Not much questions for these. And the rest of these are pretty much all floodgates and back row stuff.
We love floodgates.
Yay, 3 Die-Fi. 3 Die-Fi. This card's actually, this is so good into like any deck that's not BS. Everyone needs their graveyard, so. And also, I play this into almost every matchup because everyone's on Ultimate Slayer, and if you Die-Fi, they can't Ultimate Slayer, which is a huge reason I play 3. I play 2 Carbon. I think this card's insane. If you're going game 2, or once you're siding into going first, the Thunder King line, you can't use Returnia because Thunder King's on your board, so you enter Carpet Diva instead. The end board becomes like a double banish and a pseudo Omni Negate versus a quadruple banish, but you get Thunder King on board. And then you play the 2 Dragon's Mine. This is just Solemn Judgment on legs. You can also use its Grave Effect to set itself whenever and trigger Martha, which is how I won my last game. And then 1 Scolding, which is 1 Scolding for an generic Omni, and then 2 Graves, which outs all the Synchro and Fusion decks.
Perfect.
And that's it.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for the profile.